Today we're looking at Magic the Gathering card effects that are permanent. That means they're not going to leave at end of turn. We're going to start off with Christopher B's suggestion, riding the Dilu horse. Is it too obvious? It's a 3-mana sorcery. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains horsemanship, but not horsemanship until end of turn. What's really funny, actually, the Oracle text for this, it does say this effect lasts indefinitely, for forever. This is, I don't know, some of these cards, like, I get it, you could make a counter for it, but then if they remove the counter, then they don't have that effect anymore. Like, these days we got like menace counters, flying counters, +1/+1 counters. This, I guess, plays around the cards that would remove counters from those cards, even though this is a very old card. But they make some new cards like this as well. All right, next up, do Planeswalker emblems count? They do not. I'm going to count that as like sort of like a pseudo enchantment. I mean, it depends what it actually does, though. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. The emblem it's an emblem's an emblem. You could say all the emblems are don't end at end of turn. Okay, John with Mindbend. I would actually play. I would so desperately like to play test this card. Blue instant, change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of one color word with another, or one basic land type with another. So for example, you can change non-black creature to non-green creature, or forest walk to island walk. This effect doesn't end at end of turn. This is really important because, like, as a Merfolk player, I would love to screw around with people's basic lands. You know, Harbinger of the Seas, super popular card. Let's get Harbinger on the Harbinger of the Seas. So because Harbinger of the Seas exists, people always fetch out their basics. So like I can't mana screw people, but with Mindbend, if you get like a basic plains, I can switch plains to mountain, for example, or even plains to island, and then all of a sudden that thing has to tap for blue instead of or red or whatever. It's not going to tap for white. Get the planes out of your mind, and it's instant speed. It's insane. But there's only one problem. It doesn't work online. It's broken on Magic the Gathering Online. This card is like it's too up there, too imaginary for the client to make it work. So I've never been able to actually make this work at all. Abzo, we just did the ride on Dilu Horse. Hopefully I'm hoping there's enough cards for this category. It was suggested by somebody else. David Hauer by Proteus Machine. Ooh, it's a 3-mana 2/2 artifact creature with Morph. When Proteus Machine is turned face up, its type becomes the creature type of your choice. It's like Changeling? Before there were Changelings. And actually, it's worse than Changeling, because you only choose one. With Changeling, you are everything, everywhere, all at once. But Proteus Machine, no, you have to pick one. Pick something. You have a million choices, don't take all day. Choose goblins if you have to. There are at least 48 viable cards. Perfect! It's almost like one card per minute. Plus a sponsor segment. We can milk a whole hour out of that show easily. How did you even look that up? That's so weird to me. Tresaru, nowhere to run. Okay, nowhere, but you can always resign and leave the game store. So there's always somewhere to run. 2-mana enchantment with Flash, nowhere to run, enters. Target creature an opponent controls gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Creatures your opponents control can be the target of spells and abilities as though they didn't have a hexproof. Ward abilities of those creatures don't trigger. This isn't like, okay, I have to be careful about this. Is like this is like an enchantment like effect. So you might as well, but I will say it is weird. Creatures your opponents control can be the target of spells and abilities as though they didn't have hexproof, and ward abilities of those creatures don't trigger. Yeah, it is an enchantment. Some enchantments should count depending on what it is. In this case, I mean, the first ability would definitely not qualify. Second ability is very unique. The effect goes away when the card does, though. You know what? You're right. The unlock. I like that. It's got to be all sorts of effects that don't disappear after the card leaves. We'll disqualify nowhere to run. It's got to run away. Okay, Lewis. with Noyan Dar, Royal Shaper. The 5-mana 4/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you can put 3+1/+1 counters on target land you control. If you do, that land becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's getting ready to get into the race. That's still land. The land with haste. Yeah, Chad is out to get you. Hey, look, the rules are the rules. I like that. If Noyan Dar, the Royal Shaper, meets like an unfortunate end, has an early funeral, well, at least the land can be there for the funeral. Doesn't that make sense to everyone? The land lives on. Abzo Sephiroth. Really? The Big Daddy Sephiroth. The one-winged angel. If it's going to load. Which one, actually? You know, you weren't specific. I'm not reading all of these. We're going to move on. Toilet Duck. Toralf's disciple. You gotta be... There's like 5 Sephiroths there. I'm not going to read each one to figure out exactly which Sephiroth you're talking about. Toralf's disciple is a 3-mana 3/3 human warrior with haste. Whenever Toralf's disciple attacks, conjure 4 cards named Lightning Bolt into your library, then shuffle. What is this? Oh, it's a mystery booster card. It's like, it looks like a real card. Oh no, it's Acorn. You didn't pay for this card. I don't get this. It's an Acorn mystery booster. I feel like mystery booster is all Acorn for the most part. I read that whole card for nothing. John with the super chats. Thanks so much, John. I appreciate it. Thought Eater has a weird effect and art. Does it look like AI? Except it wasn't. It was made by a real person. No, it doesn't look like AI. Looks very comic booky though. Okay, this is a 2-mana 2/2 beast flying. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 3. But it's if you kill this thing, it leaves. Well, this mystery booster. Oh, was this an alchemy card? Oh, it was actually an alchemy card. Is printed into. The alchemy card is not loading. Oh, I get it. Okay, so the alchemy card is gonna count. The Toralf's disciple is not gonna. Sorry, the mystery booster version does not count. Look, this is real online, fake digital, fake in paper, effectively. Captain, wow, staying power. That's an incredible stacks effect, though. Wow. Staying power. We have another silver. They have to be the silver border cards have to be donated. We're just disqualifying everything. Maybe there's just not enough cards. Okay, we got Zira, the golden sting, from Stranger Candy. Egg draw effects remain. Can't proliferate it though. That's fine. The cards can't be removed from the game, so it's technically for forever. Yeah, I'll count the alchemy card. I'll count. So, you know, so long as it's alchemy and not silver, technically acorn. Okay, Zira, the golden sting. There's a 4-mana 3/3 insect assassin, flying in haste. Whenever Zira, the golden sting, attacks, put an egg counter on another target creature without an egg counter on it. That's disgusting, almost. When that creature dies, if it has an egg counter on it, draw a card and create a 1/1 black insect creature token with fly. I think I'll count this. You know, these this egg effect, token making effect. Also, it's a really weird effect. The egg thing, that's not a normal counter you put on anything. It's a very egg moment. Okay, Bryce, Dimensional Breach. By the way, it helps if you put no card yet at the front of your comment, not at the back. I very lightly read the first word of everyone's comment. Christopher B says, ironic that wasps are the ones that so very hate eggs cracking. I don't know enough about insects to know one way or another. Okay, we got the Dimensional Breach. This is a 7-mana sorcery. Remove all permanents from the game. For as long as those cards remain removed from the game, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player returns one of the removed cards they own to play. This is weird. It's like, it's not even permanent. So it is an effect. But this is like a remove everything from the game effect. How do I even interpret this? This is funny because this is the opposite of permanent, but this is also the opposite of what usually happens when you wipe the board. It's a very it's a very slow blink. A very, very, very slow blink. Okay, I'll barely count this. It's a weird effect. And it's not even permanent though. Okay, Old Boy says, technically every card that gives you permanent permission to cast something from exile sets up a permanent effect. It's just meaningless once the card gets played. Good to know. Okay, we got Reddit Lex with a super chat. Quorum Trench Gnomes. Let's look up Quorum Trench Gnomes. Okay, Quorum Trench. Oh, it's this thing. That's right. Okay, 4 mana, 1/1. Tap. Target planes produces colorless mana instead of white mana until the end of the game. Use counters. Finally, we are back on track with the Quorum Trench Gnomes. Probably one of the most ultimate Ponza cards that nobody plays. Especially since people hate getting their mana messed with. Jackal Gaming. Agent of... oh yeah, well, basically every steal effect. Treachery. It's a permanent act of treason, even if agent leaves the battlefield. It's a 7 mana 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. This must be one of the most disgusting blink targets in Magic the Gathering. Do people blink Agent of Treachery? At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, draw 3 cards. And that's value. Just always like, don't tell me to use counters. Wait, you want to keep it all in your head? Next up, let's take a look at... okay, a Blackbird is clarifying the Sephiroth. It's going to be Sephiroth, One-Winged Angel. I even named him. Is it the back? The transform Sephiroth, One-Winged Angel, a 5/5 flying supernova. That's his big attack, isn't it? As this creature transforms into Sephiroth, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures. If you do, draw that many cards. Okay, do you know what? I think a creature creating an emblem, I'm fine with that. It's different from like a planeswalker creating an emblem. See, planeswalker creating an emblem, that's normal. Like almost all the planeswalkers do that. Creature making an emblem, far more rare. Far more strange and weird. Hollow 53 with Rezug. The Bone Cobbler, Forever Artifact. I have a feeling there's a lot of alchemy cards that actually meet the standards for this show. It's a 2 mana 1/3 Spirit Artificer. Tap target creature card in your graveyard perpetually becomes an artifact. You may cast that card this turn. It loses all other card types. It's too bad there's not enough real cards that fit this show. This is a perpetual thing. I mean, I guess that's how they would name it now for the paper cards. It perpetually gains like this effect. Except, you know what? You have to keep it in your head. It's not going to change on the client in real life. The real life client doesn't keep track until they make like actual digital cards. Shinobin with Stigma Lasher. Stigma Lasher, a 2 mana 2/2 elemental shaman with Wither. Whenever Stigma Lasher deals damage to a player, that player can't gain life for the rest of the game. Which for that player is very tragic. No, God, please, no! Can't gain life for forever. Sorry, life gain players. This is probably the enemy of every life gain player on the face of the earth. This is top 10 nightmares for the life gain players. As if their life wasn't bad enough already. Wow, there's a lot of you with no super... haven't got a card yet. But we gotta go to the super chat. Tramid Love Droll Mai with writing. Oh, we did this one. Fits the theme perfectly. Unfortunately, we did this one already. It was our first card. Give me another card, Tramed. Until then, I'm going to donate to somebody. We're going to donate to John. Another John in the house. Moonlance. Moon. Isn't this until end of turn? Moonlace? Oh, this is a different card. Blue instant. Target spell or permanent becomes colorless. Love it. They've come with the Eldrazi. Could we say, like, the spell or permanent becomes emo? I know it's not the same as white or black. Maybe the Orzhov are emo. Colorless is different. I just look at, like, the aesthetic to be devoid of color. But I don't know if the same. I'm not part of that community. Okay, we have Kano with Edward Kenway. Okay, we have Edward Kenway is a 5-mana 5/5 human assassin pirate. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each tapped assassin, pirate, and or vehicle you control. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Oh, that is weird. You steal from somebody else's card. Me the Immortal? Is that a real card? Is that real? If a permanent spell is made colorless, is it still colorless upon resolution? That's the point, I believe. If a permanent spell, it will be colorless upon resolution. It was permanent. Okay, next up, we can't think of username. Screaming Nemesis. Oh, is this another one of those things? I touch you can't gain life for forever. 3-mana 3/3 spirit with haste. It's an evil spirit. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. Someone get them to the bathhouse. Get them some nice boiling water. They're really angry. It's not their fault. I'm trying to make a Spirited Away reference over here if anyone gets it. Next, let's get Stormy Cat, Endless Swarm. Yeah, I guess anything with Epic actually qualifies. 8-mana sorcery, put a 1/1 green snake creature token into play for each card in your hand. And it's only going to get higher, because why will you even play your cards? Actually, you could, right? For the rest of the game, you can't play spells, but you can still activate abilities. Imagine playing in... Imagine, everyone. Okay, look. Listen, hear me out. We're going to play an Epic deck, but we're also going to only play with cards that have some activated ability on it. Like, what is that? Was it Meandering Turtle or something, right? No, this is the wrong turtle. Ugh, I can't remember. Sky Turtle? Sky Turtle. It was the Sky Turtle. There we go. Look, we have channel abilities. Discard it. Return target creature to its owner's hand. So we're not actually locked out of this thing. So Endless Swarm actually has some purpose. It's possible. And Andrea's like, what is no card yet? I try to rotate to everybody. Like, everyone should be part of the show. So just in case I click on, I give somebody 2 cards more than somebody else, I like to know who has not gotten a contribution yet, so that everyone can be part of the show. So we got Saxus with the War in Heaven. There's still war in heaven. What the hell? It's a 6-mana saga. Chapter 1, you draw 3 cards, lose 3 life. Chapter 2, mill 3 cards. Chapter 3, choose up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 8 or less in your graveyard. Return each of them to the battlefield with a Necrodermis counter on it. Sounds like a skin condition. They're artifacts in addition to their other types. That's it? With a their artifact. Oh, I don't get it. What's the point of the counter? Return each of them to the battlefield with a Necrodermis counter. Okay, I mean, the counter is permanent. I just don't know what that does. Unless the counter makes them artifacts for some weird ability. Next up, let's go look at Deadheading with Debt of Loyalty. The Debt of Loyalty. This is a 3 mana instant. Someone dead in the background. This person's forearm is so thin. What is going on here? It's very strange. It really stood out to me for some reason. Instant, regenerate target creature, gain control of that creature. Holy smokes! You just stole somebody else's creature by letting it live too. Did anyone say riding the Dilu horse? It has been mentioned. This is the 4th time it's been mentioned. Maybe there'll be a 5th time. That's it. You know what? I never heard of riding the Dilu horse before. This is the first time I'm learning about this card, and I can't believe how many people know about it. I guess everyone played that like Portal set like a super long time ago. Old Boy says those counters are just meant as a reminder. Same with the counter from the Book of Exalted Deeds. Hall of the Bandit Lord. I don't know if this is gonna count. I thought that was an end of turn effect. Does the creature permanently have haste? That spell, that creature has haste. Oh! Weird! Hall of Bandit Lord comes into play tapped. It's a legendary land. Tap, pay 3 life, add 1 generic to your mana pool. If that mana is spent on a creature spell, that creature has haste, like for forever. It's completely useless beyond the first turn. They even had the space. It has haste until end of turn. They had the whole sentence. They chose not to. I guess there might be some effects out there that buff up creatures with haste to give them some benefit beyond being able to attack on the first turn or something like that. Oh, 1,000,000% counts. It's a great suggestion. No, not in a Sonic deck. Funny enough. Map, yes, with Cyclopean Tomb. Cyclopean Tomb. What is this? Okay, it's a 4-mana artifact. Pay 2, tap, put a mire counter on target non-swamp land. That land is a swamp for as long as it has a mine counter on it. That works. Activate this ability only during your upkeep. When Cyclopean Tomb is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, at the beginning of each of your upkeeps for the rest of the game, remove all mire counters from a land that a mire counter was put onto its Cyclopean Tomb, but that a mire counter has not been removed from with the Cyclopean Tomb. What the F does that mean? I don't know what this card does. I'm not going to read it twice to understand. If anyone understood the first time around, you're smarter than I am. Gwendolyn says any card that gives haste usually lasts forever, like the Riot mechanic. Really? It's hilarious when you steal a creature like that. That is fun. Oh, and that's relevant. Oh, look at that. So that it's a downside. You actually don't want your creatures to have haste for forever. You would prefer that it was until end of turn. This is just so weird. So you give it haste, and then it comes to your opponent's benefit when the time comes that they steal it. They can attack with it immediately on the same turn. Killa, Ancient Adamatoiz. The only card in MTG that does this effect, I think. Okay, it's an 8-mana H20. This looks like a custom card. Like standing back, like big mana cost, really bizarre power and toughness. We're starting off with vigilance and a very large ward cost of ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. Also a very custom Magic the Gathering effect. Old damage that would be dealt to you and other perms you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tap treasure tokens. What a completely bizarre card. David is like, that's the card I was looking for, the Cyclopean Tomb. Couldn't remember what to search for. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, it's been taken already. Oh boy, with the Thelonite Monk. We should have a show. Cards that look like they were custom made, but they aren't. And this is definitely like the top of the list. I swear Wizards have employed a few too many people who are probably from the custom Magic the Gathering Discord. There's a lot of Final Fantasy cards that look like custom cards. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Okay, Thelonite Monk is a 4-mana 1/2 cleric. Tap. Sacrifice a green creature to turn a target land into a basic forest. Mark change land with a counter. That works. 100% that works. Sacrifice a green creature. Target land becomes a forest. That's just Universes Beyond. What, Universes Beyond is just custom looking stuff? Benjamin Berkey, a Spectral Shift. Spectral shifting around here. Okay, this is a 2-mana instant. Choose one. Change the text of target spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one basic land type with another. Or change the text of a target spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one color with another. Basically, it's Mind Bend, but for 2 mana, but it has Entwine. So you can pay the what is paying the Entwine? Choose both? Oh! So for 4 mana, I can screw over 2 permanents in play. Fascinating. Change our spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one basic land type. And what's the other one? Change text of target spell or one color word. Damn. I wish I could use both of one, but not the other. We already had a real AI looking show. This, yeah, we should we're gonna do a show. We're gonna rate Magic cards that look like they were custom made. Croco Games. Oh, sorry, no. Steve Cooper, Life of the Party. 4 mana, 0/1 elemental, first strike, trample, and haste. Whenever a Life of the Party attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. When Life of the Party enters the battlefield, if it's not a token, each opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. The tokens are goated for the rest of the game. It just gives everybody... Everyone's the Life of the Party now. Everyone gets a little piece of that party. We got Real Different with Chrome Shell... Crab. It's very funny you're suggesting seafood when you've got like this Wrangler looking avatar. The Chrome Shell Crab, 5 mana for a 3/3 crab beast, more for 5 mana. When Chrome Shell Crab is turned face up, you may exchange control of target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls. Did any... This is super off topic. Did anyone else see this viral video of this dude who ate a crab alive? Like had a bowl, I don't know, had a plate of rice and some sort of sauce, and just took this live crab that was like, you know, moving around and was dipping into it and just ate the damn thing. At some point, like and I was really surprised. Like I thought you have to cook this thing so that the shell is soft. I didn't even know you can eat the shell. Guy just ate everything. I thought you have to like break the crab open to get to the meat. I guess there's some good calcium in that crab. There a lot of nutrition was we're wasting a lot of nutrition. You can eat the whole thing. Yeah, I know. It doesn't get any fresher than this. I know it was a very enlightening video. Most of the comments were like, "Oh my God, is this guy gonna die of salmonella or something?" But I get, yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of, you know, some people, they eat their beef raw. Super, super rare. That's like eating a crab really rare. I'm not going to recommend it because I don't know the ramifications of eating something so raw. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Couldn't even tell if that crab was... I couldn't even tell if it was feeling pain because it wasn't changing all that much. If people eat metal exists, that's also possible. Nikachu sponsor segment went. Yeah, okay, yeah. Now with that very enlightening piece of, wouldn't even call it advice, wouldn't call it anything. We're gonna move to our sponsor segment, FusionGamingOnline.com. One of my favorite sponsors. Also, I'm looking forward to the Fusion Open, which is happening at the end of the month at Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm definitely going to play in the Modern event. I'm not feeling I think this might be my debut playing Commander in person with other human beings. I don't know how much they're going to like playing against me because I have a deck loaded with counter magic, but wish me luck because I don't think I'm going to play Standard. I'm not. First off, it's hard to get old. It's hard to keep up with Standard. I don't like that format changing so much. I'm going to stick to Modern and Pre-Modern and Legacy and Pauper and stuff like that. And I'm going to try out Commander. So, you know, if there's a format you can't love, You love Commander. And also, don't forget, you can buy cards. I got to get my Commander cards. I got to get those Edge of Eternity cards. Oh, by the way, there is a 20% store kickback sale going on right now. So if you buy from FusionGamingOnline.com, you will get 20% kickback on in-store credit right now. It's not a discount, but whenever this promotion is gone, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. Probably it's not going to work during this promotion, but it will in the future if you missed it. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online, play any deck, any format you want. Anytime you want when you're renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% cashback using coupon code Nikachu_JTD. 40% cashback on your 3rd month subscription. Play all formats on Magic Online. I play on Magic Online. If you want to be cool like Nikachu, you play on Magic Online. MTG Arena is this giant money pit. Okay, let's get back to the show. M Nation, how about Doomsday Clock? Old Boy says, by the way, there's a Scryfall tag for the show. Oracle tag in indefinite effect. Really? Interesting. Okay, indefinite Doomsday Clock doesn't exist. Sorry, this is not a card. How about you? Okay, Borrowed Time. You have a backup. Is Borrowed Time a real card? It's a real card. 3-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Borrowed Time leaves the battlefield. Not indefinite, not permanent. Disqualified. Disqualified on the crackback. Okay, Hexanort. The Capitoline Triad. The Capitoline... What the hell is this? The Capitoline Triad. This is a 10-mana legendary God Artificer. A 7/7. Those who came before, the spell costs 1 less to cast for each historic card in your graveyard. Okay, that's good news. It could be free. If you self-mill yourself enough, this card it costs nothing. Exile any number of historic cards from your graveyard with total mana value 30 or greater. You get an emblem with creatures you control have base power and toughness 99. Holy smokes! That card is crazy. This card's out of control. Toad says there is a red enchantment that deals 4 damage, then does not let creatures clean up damage end of turn. No, but it can't be. It has to be... Oh, I see. So it's indefinite. I'm seeing I can't place the name. Help Zybernation. Oh, yeah, Zybernation! Help Toads! Whatever the hell that card is. I don't know what it is. Crowcore Games with... The real Crowcore Games has arrived. Actually called Steve Cooper U. Chaos Lace. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, Crowcore Games. It's a red interrupt. Sorry, it's an instant. I'm not... The ancient scripture is weird. Target spell or permanent becomes red. Okay, how did they mess that up? Change the color of target spell or target permanent to red. Cost to cast, tap, maintain, or use a special ability of target remain unchanged. That was redundant as hell. I've never read so much text that made did not matter. That should also be a show. Magic cards with the most redundant possible text. Like, more than 50% of this card is useless. It's completely useless. We could use that as the barometer. If there's 50% garbage, then it's garbage. We got Tioto Nick Nightmare with Thought Lace. So funny, I found this right as we did Chaos Lace. Blue Interrupt. Change the color of target spell or target permanent to blue. Cost to cast, tap, maintain, or use a special ability of target remain unchanged. Again, just target spell or permanent becomes blue. I think the idea of this was just to play around Circle of Protection cards, Circle of Protection effects and stuff. Tromed, did you go? Come back, Tromed. I give you your super chat. You just got to give us another card. Okay, Saxus. You want Siphon Insight. Siphon Insight, 2 mana for an instant. Look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down and put the other on the bottom on the bottom of that library. You may play the exiled card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. I will say that's a permanent effect. I wouldn't say that is as weird, though, because there's a lot of... Oh, no, this is weird. Look at the top 2 cards of opponent's library and exile them. Okay, you know what? That's less common. Usually it's your library. Marcio with Empress Galina. It's a good way to lose your friends. Everyone builds a deck once in a while. How to lose your friends. Everyone has to just do it. Okay, we have a 5 mana 1/3 legend, double blue, tap, gain control of target legend or legendary permanent. Swipe them all away. Nikachu, old boy has my card. Okay, old boy, where are you? Old boy! Paper card or alchemy? I don't know. Well, what is it? Where's old boy? Where's an older old boy post? You know, you could just set it, Toads. Like, I can't find it. Oh, is it? I could only find Uthgarth Fury. Okay, here we go. Uthgard to Fury. The Fury of Uthgard. It's a 3-mana enchantment. When Uthgard Fury enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to any target. Damage isn't removed from creatures your opponents control during cleanup steps. Good luck. It's a burn player's dream. Honestly, I think you could have a card like this in paper. Why not? Like, you'd use a bunch of dice to record and remember damage, but I don't see how that's impossible. Like, if you record Wither, for example, with -1/-1 counters, I think you can have this exact same card in paper and just remind yourself all the damage on creatures with counters at the same rate. It doesn't need to be an alchemy card. This definitely could be one that's real. Next we've got Lesthian with Goblin Ski Patrol. People just want to ski. They want to have fun. What's wrong with that? Goblin Ski Patrol, 2 mana 1/1, and for 2 mana, Ski Patrol gets +2/+0 and gains flying. Its controller sacrifices it at end of turn. Play this ability only once and only if you control a snow mountain. Okay, this technically counts because the +2/+0 and gains flying is permanent. It just so happens that we are sacrificing the creature at end of turn. That is a delayed trigger, which in fact we could counter with Stifle. Think about it, people. So we can give this thing +2/+0, counter the ability with Stifle, and then we just got a 3/1 flyer that we basically sunk 4 mana into. Croker Game says they have a card that has damage can't be removed. It's that green turtle from Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy turtle. Yeah, we did the turtle. We did the stupid turtle. Goblin Ski Patrol definitely votes for flying. Big flying voter. Loves flying, I guess, to some weird stance. Okay, we have Ailing Leprechaun. Is it sick? This is not ailing, or is it ailing? Ailing, whatever. This is a green 1/1. All creatures that block or are blocked by Leprechaun become green creatures. Use counters to indicate changed creatures. Cost to tap, maintain, or use a special ability if target creature remains entirely unchanged. That is definitely an old card. That is redundant text on that card. Okay, next up, we got Marcio. Thank you very much for your super chat. Turgrid, God of Fright. God of Fright. I didn't know there was anything permanent with Turgrid. 5 mana 4/4/5. Opponent sacks a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card. You may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That is 100% correct. Also has Menace. Any unique abilities on the backside. tap, target player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card or pay 4 mana. Untap Turgid's Lantern. Hey, question, actually. Speaking of, like, I'm going to play Commander at my Fusion Open. How much do people like playing against Urza? Is that, like, a fun deck to play against? I'm assuming no. I'm assuming that's a big no. But that's, like, the deck I need to play. I need to, like, build. I probably have to bring, like, a really dirtily, like, blue deck that doesn't have any any useful counter spells. Next up, we've got... Okay, no one's like, it's fine. That's CDH. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, hold on. Some people are like, I'd rather play against Urza than Vivi or Turgid. It's when you mentioned Turgid. As long no stacks is fine. Doesn't it, like, depend on stacks? He's okay, but I'm biased because I'm the Urza player. Right on, Steve Cooper. Okay, we're back on track. Pascal Lumminger with donate. Oh yeah, donate. That's permanent. We're permanently giving you. This is like bed bugs. Look at this. 3 mana sorcery. Target player gains control of your bed bugs and laugh about and everything. Okay, we got Beefy Taco with no card yet. Might be breaking the rules, but Rift Stone Portal. Okay, tap, add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. As long as Rift Stone Portal is in your graveyard, lands you control have... Interesting! Yeah, I'm gonna count this. Lands you control have tap, add green or white to your mana pool. If they're... It's funny, if it's like, you only get the effect when it's off the battlefield, but then you don't get the effect if it's exiled. Spellstutter, Nikachu, late to the show. Has anyone suggested Talion yet? I don't think so. What Talion? There's a lot of Talions. Talion's Messenger? Talion Throne Guard? Is it this one? It's probably this one because it's an arena card. It's got Bargain flying. When Talion Throne Guard enters, return up to 1 target spell or non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If Talion Throne Guard was Bargain, that card perpetually gains. This spell costs 2 more to cast. That definitely counts. There's still some no card yet people here. We got Felicia with Chance for Glory. This is a 3 mana instant. Creatures you control gain double strike. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the... No! No! The effect is permanent, but your time on this earth is not. Bryce says, Urza is fine, just don't win, then 3 unless it's CEDH. So you're telling me... So you're telling me, Bryce, is I have to give everyone a warning, like... You all have 10 turns to win the game. I'm not going to do anything for 10 turns, but on turn 10, I'm going for it. Is that fair game? We're like what's a fair turn I could do that? Epic Nate with Vincent Valentine. Sounds like a James Bond villain. This is a 4 mana 2/2 assassin. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters on Vincent Valentine equal to that creature's power. When Vincent Valentine attacks, you may transform it. Transforming into Galleon Beast, a 3/2 trample lifelink. When it dies, return it to the battlefield tap. I honestly don't think this counts. None of these abilities are permanent to any degree at all. Dies, return it to the battlefield tapped, front face up. It's got a little bit of recursion. I don't think this one counts, to be honest. Next up, we got Argent Bast with Ever After. You like the flavor. 6 mana sorcery. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Each of those creatures is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Put Ever After on the bottom of its owner's library. I guess you could say that's the weird effect. That doesn't leave at end of turn. It sticks into the library, so I guess it's going to count. At first, I was going to disqualify it because it's just like, okay, you're reanimating some cards, which is permanent, sort of. But it's not weird. But it is weird to put this thing back in your deck. Marcio with Coalition victory. I guess winning is quite permanent. No! No, it's not. The win is instantaneous and ends instantaneously. Okay, we're going to donate that one. We miss Corbinek. Where's Corbinek? Where's Corbinek? Corbinek Memnite! You're going to get the super chat. Memnarch. Basically anything that steals stuff. 7 mana, 4/5 wizard. 3 mana. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types. And 4 mana, gain control of target artifact. Also, not to mention, I'm surprised there's not more donate cards being suggested. Like we mentioned one, and that was literally donate. Okay, Trisari wants some redemption. A Ajani Steadfast. 4 mana for +1 until end of turn. That doesn't count. Up to 1 target creature gets +1/+1, gains first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. -2. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. That is basically counts. And -7, you get an emblem. Emblems for planeswalkers aren't going to count because that is not unusual. But the emblem is if a source would deal damage to you or a planeswalker you control, prevent all but one of that damage. We aren't charitable. Yeah, you're not donating. You're stealing. Basically, what's the opposite of Robin Hood? I don't remember Robin Hood's like nemesis. It was the king something. Taking from the poor, giving to the rich, being yourself. Okay, next up. There we go. Harmless offering. Harmless. 3 mana sorcery. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. That's hilarious. Donate on the reserve list. In red, no problem. The government. Well, they take from everybody. They take from they take from the rich and the poor. They take from all. Hood the hood robber. I don't remember who it was. Are we okay? Is this part of the show? Dur Nibor, or is that like the Robin Hood villain? Nibor. Okay, hold on. Dur Robin Hood villain. Like, who was he up against? The Sheriff of Nottingham? Really? Hold on, I'm gonna find the sheriff. The Sheriff of Nottingham. Is this the person who collected the taxes or something? I can't remember if this is actually the guy. Okay, hold on. I got a picture. Okay, this is the coffee crew today. You've just been taking the Sheriff of Nottingham. No donating around here. King John was the king. Sheriff was also evil. You know, it was a long time since I saw that cartoon. I don't remember what the hell. And I remember. Does anyone know what Rocket Robin Hood is, or is that like strictly a Canadian thing? I can't tell what was exclusively Canadian, what wasn't. Krokor Games with Lidari Druid. Using the suggest tag and TF. Good for you. Onto your card. Lidari Druid. What the hell? Lidari. Okay, it's this thing. Okay, it is. Is this like exclusively Japanese? What is going on here? When Lidari Druid enters, for each land on the battlefield, choose a basic land type at random. Those lands become the land types chosen this way. No way! This is crazy! Oh my god. It's like a permanent... for each land on the battlefield, choose a basic land type at random. They become land types. This is like a permanent version of those weird enchantments. It's a video game card. Wow, it's not legal anywhere. That is... I thought I saw all the promos, like all the weird, bizarre promos. I guess not. It was a Sega Dreamcast card. I guess you bought a Sega Dreamcast and got a Magic the Gathering card with it, which is like a weird... I mean, I don't know if that was the deal, or maybe Sega was... I have no idea where you got this thing. Maybe you got it in a magazine. Okay, we got Disbelief Papyrus with Elkin Lair. Yeah, weird Zybers. Also weirdly screws with every... Well, what was the cost of this card? No cost. It could be like $1 billion. Older than most of our viewers, probably. What was this, from the year 2000? Yeah, around the year 2000. But when I was starting to get into this game. I'm curious what this goes for on the market, or how many cards exist. Elkin Lair, a 4-mana enchant world. During each player's upkeep, that player chooses a card at random from their hand and sets it aside face up. The player may play that card as though it were in their hand. If the player does not play the card by end of turn, bury that card. I don't know if this card counts. It's not like an effect that happens permanently. Like, I would be fine if it got exiled and it can stay there, but it actually gets buried eventually, so it's not actually permanent. The Dreamcast died so fast, I'm surprised it got promos. Hey, it had like a year. I'm sure there's a great video out there about the downfall of Dreamcast, because I don't even know the exact downfall. I can tell you this much: I had a childhood friend that got a Dreamcast and just pirated all the games. So if judging by that, that was probably their downfall. This pirating was way too easy. William, not entirely sure if this works. Bridge from below. I'm gonna count that. Even though it's not actually in play. 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. When a creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, exile Bridge from Below. Crocor Games. Zedru the Greatheart. The donate of all donates. Did you say donate? 4-mana 2/4 Monk Minotaur. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents you own that your opponents control. 3 mana, target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. That looks like a lot of fun. The actual donate command. Robin Hood! Behold! Robin Hood, everyone. Takes from the rich, gives to the poor. Actually, takes from himself, I guess. Voltlin. Well, so many people didn't get cards yet? Or maybe I disqualified a bunch of people. Gornog. The Red Reaper. This is a 3-mana 2/3 Minotaur Warrior. Haste. Cowards can't block warriors. Whenever one or more warriors you control attack a player, target creature that player controls becomes a coward. Attacking warriors you control get +X/+0, where X is the number of cowards your opponents control. We get stronger when they get weaker. Funny enough. Elgot, staying power. It's a card with a weird effect that doesn't end. A silver border card, you must pay for it. You gotta pay the money for the fake cards. It's not real. Epic Nate, expropriate. Expropriate. Oh, no, by the way, staying power is, I think that was the second time someone suggested that card. 9 mana for a sorcery. Council's Dilemma. Starting with you, each player votes for time or money. For each time vote, take an extra turn after this one. For each money vote, choose a permanent owned by the voter and gain control of it, and then exile expropriate. It's like 50-50 this works. Stealing the permits is only 50-50. Dinglebat. Oh, I guess it's 100. Starting with you. Okay, I guess you can always vote, so it's 100% going to happen. Did we already do Ancient Silver Dragon? No. We did not do any Dragos yet. 8 mana for an 8/8 flyer. When it deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. Draw cards equal to the result. And you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Your hand can be as big as you want. Staying power is the most broken card in unsets. I'm not kidding. I believe you. We got Eric Schmitz with the Vow of Loyalty. Vow of Loyal. Question mark. Where is this card? It was Vow of Loyalty. Vow of something? Something of loyalty? How about Vow? I'm going to look up Vow Loyalty. Sometimes something the card is like Vow of the Loyalty or some crap like that. Does anyone know what this card is? Vow. You know, look up everything with of loyalty. Maybe the Pledge of Loyalty? 2-mana enchant creature. Enchant creature has protection from the colors of permanents you control. This effect doesn't remove the Pledge of Loyalty. Was the Promise of Loyalty? There's a lot of loyalty cards in this game. Okay, we have a 5-mana sorcery. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control for as long as it has the vow counter on it. Absolutely, this card works. It's a weird card, too. I would go as far as say this is a really weird card. It's like a board wipe, but you know what? We're all promising we're not going to attack each other. Can attack you or planeswalkers you control for as long as that's. So what use is it? Each player. Oh no! Oh, you cast this card. So like I'm wiping the board. You guys get to keep some creatures, and those creatures can't attack me. It doesn't mean I can't attack you. Disbelief wants redemption. That's fine. I love a redemption arc. Revenox, the Mind Flail. It's weird that it pulls from the bottom of opponent's library. That is weird. 7 mana for a 9/9 horror. Arvinox the Mind Flail isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them. You may cast the permanent spell from among them, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. So when you exile the bottom card face down, for as long... Is it a 2/2 creature? We just had a show. Oh, no, it's exiled. Okay, forget it. It's not in play. Okay, it all works out. If it's a permanent card, we can cast the card. Indiana Jones with the Noble Benefactor. This show's been pretty good. This show has been pretty good. I just got him. We got him, Toads. We're gonna see Indiana Jones's card. Ooh, it looks like Scrooge. It's a 3-mana 2/2 human cleric. If Noble Benefactor is put into any graveyard from play, each player may search their library for any one card and put it into their hand. Each player who searches the library shuffles it afterwards. This feels weak, but I'll count it. Okay, didn't anyone know one card? We have so many people they want to get, like, I want to get my second card in. Okay, I think it's time to speedrun some of the no 2-card people. Kano with Bathe in Gold. Sounds useless. Was it like just water and gold or something? Or is it Bath in Gold? No Bathe in Gold. How about Bath in Gold? Oh, it's on this card. It's on the card. They made an alchemy card. They beef it up. Oh, they watered it down. It was too broken. Okay, hold on. When it arrives. Ugh, this is so slow. Young Red Dragon. It's a 4-mana 3/2 flyer. Young Red Dragon can't block, and it's got Bathing Gold for 2 mana. Instant. Create a treasure token. Honestly, this is super lame. Is the effect permanent? Yes. But is it a weird effect to make a treasure? Not really. Not really. John Hayes, Empress Galena. Can't remember what she does. Or is this the Legend Stealer? Maybe we did this one already. Scryfall is dying on me. It's dying on me. I think I can't remember. Did we do this one? I think we did it. Double blue, gain control of target legend or legendary permanent. I think we did this one. It was done. Okay, Bell, who didn't get a card yet. Verdant Touch. Bell doing the smart thing, suggesting several cards, just in case one of them has been done. One of these are going to work. Okay, Verdant Touch is a 2-mana sorcery with buyback of 3. Target land becomes a 2/2 creature that's still a land. Permanent. I'm surprised nobody named Nissa. I swear there was like a Nissa that turns all your lands permanently into creatures. Let's get a few new cards yet. Everyone seems to be very passionate about today's show. Shinobin with Deadpool the trading card. Deadpool and Spaceballs needs a spin-off, like not a spin-off, a crossover. Seems like the perfect crossover. They both basically act in they break the fourth wall all the time. It's a good one, John Hayes. We haven't done that one. We might have to cut this show off. Why is everyone on Scryfall all of a sudden? Everyone got off of school, and now they want to make Magic the Gathering decks? Deadpool the trading card doesn't exist? That is a load of crap. Deadpool definitely exists. I saw it before with my own eyes. Oh, it's not called the trading card. Stupid. Scryfall is stupid sometimes like that. All right, this is a 4-mana 5/3 mutant mercenary hero. Enters the battlefield. You may exchange the text box of another creature. Oh my god. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life. Oh, but it's not you. And then pay 3. Sack this creature. Each other player draws a card. Draw me like one of your French. Draw me like one of your French cards. Ugh, so strange. Okay, let's look at... Okay, Spectral Maniac wants Nissa, who shakes the world. 5 mana, 5 loyalty. You tap a force for mana, you get an extra green mana. +1, put 3 +1/+1 counters on up 1 target non-creature land you control untap. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste. That's still land. -8, you get an emblem with lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. Who suggested the Stalking Stones? John Hayes for redemption. Stalking Stones. This is definitely going to get redemption. They started making more cards like this, like Stalking Stones. They made a modern version of Stalking Stones. I can't remember. It was some land in Standard. Tap to add 1 generic to your mana pool, or 1 colorless. Pay 6. Stalking Stones become a 3/3 elemental artifact creature that's still land. This effect lasts indefinitely for forever. Not that you're immortal, though. Okay, next up, we got Bell. Bell's very passionate about the super chat. Hunted by the family. This is a very creepy photo. Where's this from? Oh, Doctor Who. This is 7 mana sorcery. Choose up to 4 target creatures you don't control. For each of them, that creature's controller faces a villainous choice. The creature becomes a 1/1 white human creature and loses all abilities, or you create a token that's a copy of it. This is a fantastic card. 1/1 permanently. No markings or anything. I'm surprised. CDH staple Gilded Drake. I think it's slightly a staple in pre-modern because you can swap it with what's his face, this Phyrexian Dreadnought. 2 mana 3/3 flyer comes into play. Swipe. You do an exchange. Do a switcheroo of Gilded Drake and a creature of your opponent's choice. And if you can't switch with anything, you gotta sacrifice Gilded Drake. Sorry about that. You're gonna lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's what Gilded Drake is all about. Next up. Okay, I'm gonna just choose you guys at random. I don't know what I'm clicking on. Praetor's Council. I think it's the only fair way to choose people from chat right now. Praetor's Council is an 8-mana sorcery. Return all cards from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Praetor's Council, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. How many people love that ability, that effect? Like the, what's it called? The Reliquary Tower effect. Like, how important is that to everybody? Frankly, I don't feel like I ever have enough cards for it to matter. I'm never completely, like, flooded on cards I have to, like, or if I have to discard to hand size, it's not going to kill me. John Hayes is like, I had no idea Stalking Stones was from Tempest. I remember it from Mirrodin. It's a reprint. Reliquary Tower is nice. Maybe it's nice. Maybe it's nice to think of the one day you're going to have 20 cards in your hand. It's important for maybe the blue players. Maybe. On EDH, usually it's quite a strong effect. Really? I feel like I gotta dump my hand constantly, and people are constantly like ripping apart. Well, maybe not my hand, but my board, so I have to keep adding to it. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. Let's get a sound effect here. That's not a. Okay, what's the next thing after that? Gilt Leaf Archdruid. Price is Right rules. Gilt Leaf Archdruid, 5 mana, 3/3. Whenever you play a druid spell, you may draw a card. Tap 7 untapped druids you control. Gain control of all lands target player controls. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate opponent. I think Reliquary Tower is overvalued by players. I usually just play it in decks that draw like crazy, so I don't have to take so much time deciding on what to discard. Look at that. It's for time value. The value of time. It's more relevant in Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, next up. Let's do this again. That worked pretty well. We got Hidden Gibbons from Bell. Oh, I looked up Hidden Gibbons. No, Hidden Gibbons. The oh yeah, the enchantment. Green enchantment. When one of your opponents successfully casts an instant or interrupt spell, if Hidden Gibbons is an enchantment, Hidden Gibbons becomes a 4/4 green ape. Sorry, 4/4 creature that counts as an ape. It'd be aping around here. This is a fascinating card. Why don't more people play? Like, everyone plays instants and sorceries. Like, almost everyone. Maybe not elves. I'm just thinking of pre-modern at the moment. Like, I think everyone plays an instant or sorcery. You'd have to be crazy not to. And it's huge. It's a ginormous creature. Can you blink Gilded Drake in response to exchanging with something? I don't know. I think the swap has to completely resolve. But I don't know. I want to say no, but I want to say you can, like, try to flicker it later. There's a few cards like, yeah, I know there's a few. I remember that. It's been a long time since I've saw a card like this, though. It's been a while. Yeah, the exchange doesn't happen. You got to trade. You got to legally trade your Gilded Drake. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this again. For all you passionate people. Okay, what's the next card? What's the next comment? That comment is useless too. That comment is useless too. Toilet Duck, High Fae Prankster. This is a fairy? Better be a fairy. It is a fairy. 4 mana, 1/4, Flying Death Touch. Enters the battlefield, choose one. Sorry, choose up to one. Perpetually exchange target creature's base power with another target creature's base power, and High Fae Prankster perpetually has base power and toughness 4/1. It's just weirdly switching up the power and toughness here. It reminds me of there's a blue instant that does something like that, but only until end of turn. Okay. Let's do this. We'll run this one more time. Who's going to get the last card? Passionate people for this topic. Okay, we've got Well, I went up too high. Okay, the next closest one that we haven't done is Benjamin Berkey's Riptide Mangler. This is old. 2 mana 0/3. For 2 mana, change Riptide Mangler's power to target creature's power. I love it. It's basically it encompasses everything that this show was about. Okay, that's it for today. That was a good show. I think that was a great show. That was fantastic. It was a little rocky in the beginning, but we sort of figured it out in the end. Okay, this show happens weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who actually was here, and also thanks to everyone who supports the channel, supports the show. Either you're a member on YouTube, or you're a patron on Patreon, or you super chat to be part of the show. And even if you super chat a card that gets disqualified, it helps support someone else to get on the show. And of course, I gotta thank everyone who's here today. We gotta thank Bell, a little dead fly, and Shinobin, and Mappius, Toads, William, Steve Cooper, Mappius. Again, Killa, Benjamin Berkey, Old Boy. We got John Hayes, Crow Core Games, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, Zyber Nation, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.